run the school.
Cool, okay, I'm Dan Walker, I'm the current Democracy and Services Officer. I was elected last year and my term goes from July to July. Now, we're about to enter our election cycle, and before we do, we're trying to have a look at which sabbatical positions we want to keep around. And one that's been in question for a while is the Democracy and Services position. Now, to give you some background on this position, it used to be Services and Finance. And 2.5 years ago, we changed it from Services and Finance to Democracy and Services. Now, the reason that happened is because Services and Finance used to be quite a key position in terms of dealing with our resources and our finances, and acting as the employer of union staff. Now, since then, charities law has changed, and we've now got a fully operational trustee board. Now, the board of trustees is comprised by external members, sabbatical officers, and students who are elected to sit on that board, so there are student trustees as well. Now, they're in charge of making all of the key financial and resource-based decisions. So that kind of renders that part of the Democracy and Services role a little obsolete now. Also, we've started to question whether democracy should be, whether one elected individual, elected on what is really a political manifesto. I was elected with a particular aims and goals that I wanted to fulfill. Whether that individual, whether I should have oversight of all of union democracy, and that's including all of the bits and pieces, the accountability procedures that are set in place to hold your elected representatives to account. Now, is it really appropriate that I should be the one controlling that, or should it be a panel of students that are elected with no political bias to do just that, to hold the officers to account and to make sure that democracy across the board is being upheld? Now, we think that's the way things should go, and in our democratic review, that's what we're pushing to do, which will yet again remove an element of the Democracy and Services officer's job a little bit of that. So, we're starting to kind of see the fact that the Democracy and Services officer isn't entirely relevant. Now, one of the things that people ask is who will plan the big events and who will go forward and sort stuff like the Freshers' Ball, Summer Ball, the Viking Raids out. Now, we have ENTS officers, they're elected every year, and we want to empower the ENTS officers and the ENTS committee, which is comprised of our ENTS officers, our ENTS assistants, and all of the college ENTS reps. We think they should be the ones with a broad pool of students that they chat to every day who should be making the decisions about the events we do, not just one elected individual. We want to give the control of ENTS across campus back to people. So for anyone wondering who's going to be planning those big events, don't worry, they'll still be student-led. Our staff team will help support the running of them, but they will be fully student-led in terms of their direction. I can't really think of any bigger argument really to give that Democracy and Services should be voted out. I've sat and done it for half a year now. I've enjoyed it, I've loved it, but as we move forward with our democratic review, it's going to become obsolete, and there's no point in your money, the money that your union has at its disposal to run activities, fund societies, fund sports, to go into paying for a sabbatical officer that's frankly quite unnecessary. Anyway, I would urge you to vote yes on the motion to remove the Democracy and Services officer. Thank you.